Welcome and well done for waking up early. In trying to keep the 5 a.m. session live, I thought I should just share some of the quotes that I've been pondering on over the past days, hoping that one or two person will learn something from it or help it. They will help one or two people just improve or live better. But most importantly, at the end of the slides, I welcome discussions or contributions from everyone to say that like which one speaks you to the most, and also what possibly anyone can add, so that we just keep sharing and learning from each other. We can go ahead, Lida, with the first slide. So the first quote that I'm sharing here is the one, okay, this one I actually just came up with it. It's talking about comfort, to say comfort is a dream killer. So we should keep failing forward. Where is it coming from? We know we also already preach about being comfortable, that being comfortable does not yield any results. We have to get out of our comfort zone. We have to do things differently. Some of us, or most of us, maybe joining the Forever business was us getting out of our comfort zone. But we know getting out of your comfort zone requires or entails doing new things. You'll be embarking on new activities, new journeys. In the Forever business, maybe you were a shy person, or you were never a salesperson like most people share. You face moments that you might describe as failure. But what I am trying to say here is that even if you feel like you failed on one or two things, keep failing forward, which means that you fail, you do whatever you did over again, but every time you do it much better than the first time. So yeah, that's just what it means to keep failing forward, instead of feeling like you failed and then you settle and you go back to your comfort zone. We can go to the next slide, Lida. And in lieu of what I just shared, we should also know that perfection or perfectionism does not exist. It doesn't exist because in most cases, we try to perfect things or to do things in a certain way where we think that's how it will be more appealing or more better to other people, or at least the people we are presenting, whatever we are presenting to the opportunity. But that is actually just fear. You are just fearful of maybe the feedback or the rejection or the comments or whatever people think about you. It's not really looking for perfection, because even one of the South African entrepreneur, that youthful one, Vusi, even said perfection doesn't exist, because if it existed, then we wouldn't be doing what we are doing. Because what would eventually mean is that once you attain what you think is perfect for you, then you settle, like you sit on it and not move or not do anything else better. And basically what that means, the world will be sitting in one specific point. So let's not strive to be perfect. Let's just strive to move. You can go to the next one. Yeah, and then when now we think about perfectionism, perfectionism, we know that, or getting out of your comfort zone, actually it involves taking a risk. And what Mark Zuckerberg here is saying is that the biggest risk one should know is actually not taking any risk at all. Because if you just sit trying to wait or waiting for the perfect time, or thinking things are not clear enough for you, thinking you will fail, you end up being where you are, like 12 months in, 12 months out. You are sitting in the same position because you are scared of taking risk. So if we sit afraid of taking a risk, we must be guaranteed that nothing will happen, which is one big step to failure. That's what he's trying to say there. We can go to the next one. So now when you are trying to expand or explore or grow, basically, you should never underestimate the impact of any small step. You might think, if I call this person, like maybe the person will say no, or they will say, like, maybe will not give you the results that you expected, but that was actually one step in the right direction. And he's even saying here, Di Pinero, that all it takes is all it takes to spark a fire is just one spark. Like, all it takes is a spark to light the fire, basically. So you might even be thinking, this person, your chicken list, like you think maybe this person will say no, I should maybe try them later again. Before you know it, someone else has already contacted them. And also, if you try, then you realize that, just this one person, and then your team or your business just starts growing. So he's saying here that if you know that's a step in the right direction, you should never underestimate its impact. You can go to the next one. And now, in trying to explore, in trying to do things differently, in trying to take risks, we must be cognizant or know that a bend in the road does not mean the road has ended unless we fail to make the turn with the road. What does that mean? This basically says that if you happen to hit a stumbling block in you trying to achieve your goals, it should not discourage you. You should not take it as if your effort have been in vain, and that's where the road ends for you. You should rather just maybe assess whatever that stumbling block is, so that you'll be able to curve around it, like as the road turns, and there is a bend in the road, right? You're supposed now to just turn and curve properly with that curve in the road, so that you are able to continue straight to your goals. So we must, basically what he's saying is that we must learn from the challenges that are facing us, so that we are able to respond effectively or positively and find opportunities in every challenge that approaches us in the business or life in general. And this is one of the issues a lot of people struggle with, that we try to predict the future so much that it ends up discouraging us. And Steve Jobs here is reminding us that you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can't have it. You can have a plan, yes, but you can't have everything pinpointed out how it will turn out. And this also speaks to one of the values that we learn in this business, that we should divorce ourselves from the results. We should know the plan that we are taking, but should the results not turn out the way we expected, it should not discourage us, because it's only later, when you arrive to a certain destination, you'll be able to understand how certain things turned out certain way in the past. But if you try to project, you will end up struggling with being perfect, or trying to do things in a perfect way, not being proactive and not taking risk, and you end up in the same position year in, year out. And I think this is also very important for the new year. Like, we know we only have 1 month until 2024. So we must always remember that when you look back, yes, you can connect the dot. You be able to say, this happened because it was leading to this, and then the other because of where it led me to now. But if you try to predict the future, it will just end up discouraging you. But yes, you should have a plan of how you intend to move. Just be prayerful and faithful that your goals or your plans will be executed. But should there be a bend in the road, you should be able to curve around with the road and go straight to your goals. We can go to the next one, Rita. And this one is also very important. We are blessed to have leaders in this business who are always able and willing to assist us, especially some of us who are still at lower levels in the marketing plan, to say that if you don't ask, nothing will be given to you. And we even know that this is, the Bible speaks very well about this, that ask and it shall be given to you. If you just sit complaining or talking about how bad things are turning out, and you are not reaching out for help to people who have been in the same situation before, nothing will happen to you. You must be prayerful. Most importantly, ask whatever or direction from our Creator, but we should use the resources God has placed within our reach, which is our leaders, so we can excel in this business. We can go to the next one, leader. And then this one was just trying to sum up what I said. I am saying when one teaches to learn, well, Robert, not me. When one teaches to learn, I am just trying to say what I'm sharing with you here. I'm sharing what I am learning. And that's why even in the business, when you're explaining, or we should know that when you're explaining something to someone, it's not actually that you're an expert. You are sharing what you know, yes, but in the process, you even realize that, oh, I didn't know the benefit of this product. Let me go search. Let me go ask about it more. So we should be willing to share, because it's in the sharing process that we also learn and become better people. I thank you, and I welcome any contributions or remarks to this. Last time I think the session had it was a good one. It was very interactive. So if there's anyone who's willing to share anything, given that we are still within the time limit, we can do so. Thank you.
Thank you, my leader. Anyone with a comment, anyone who wants to add on, anyone with a question, let's unmute ourselves to speak if you want to speak, or you can use the chat. Just type in the chat.